Hello Sagittarius, Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius moon people. This is your astrological forecast for the month of November 2016. So if you haven't noticed, that's my way of saying your rising and your moon signs do matter. Quick reminder for you guys, weekly astrology is now available. Weekly horoscopes now have astrology in addition to cards. The first half of each weekly horoscope does have all astrology, and it covers more of the day-to-day or special weekly aspects that are most effective during that time. So it might not cover the sweeping seasonal changes that, a monthly horoscope would, so you might want to check those out to get a little bit more detail. And of course, if you want the most detail, especially as it would be relevant to your personal situation, your personal intentions, your personal chart, you can always schedule a session with me, get an appointment at integrativemysticism.com, or order a downloadable video file. So, what is going on with November? Well, at the beginning of the month, we've got Mars, the planet of action and energy and passion, going into your third house, Aquarius, where he will stay all the way well into December. And with Mars in the third house, we are talking about promises and oaths and pacts that are to be kept. Mars does nothing on a superficial level. Mars is not idle promises, and Mars is definitely not lip service. So this is definitely a time where you can actually bet that any kind of business contracts you're working on, or any kind of long-term arrangements or commitments you're trying to get underway, are meant to stick. And that means you can trust the people who are making these promises, but also at the same time make sure that you can uphold your own. Mars carries a bit of that warrior's honor. It is not a fickle thing. And when Mars is in the third house, you can actually bet that if you have been looking to try and recruit, say, a stronger or more substantial professional or social support system around yourself, people of quality, people of strength, people of conviction, it's going to be there. But be careful with Mars in the third house as well, because sometimes what can happen is we have a tendency to be a little bit more blunt when it comes to our personal frustrations with people who might not actually meet the caliber that I just described, because, we still have to deal with them, even though better, or I guess you could say more highly capable, is also on the way. We've also got, on the 11th, Venus moving into Capricorn, your earned income sector, your second house. This rules your salary, this rules employment, this rules work, and this begins a really nice trend as we get well into the latter half of 2016's last 2 months here, because with Venus in the second house, you can actually count on, I guess you could say, easy opportunity. Because Venus, unlike Mars, does like to do things with ease. It likes to make things light, and it likes to play favorites. And whenever Venus is in your second house, you can actually tell that when it comes to employment, whether you're looking for a new job or you already have the job you want, you are still going to be, Mr. or Ms. Popular. This is also a great time with Venus in the second house to find opportunities to make more for less work. And so, from the 11th all the way up until, again, that first week of December, long aspect, it is actually going to be very easy to drum up that extra cash, but also to attract the business you actually resonate with most. On the 12th, we've got Mercury, the planet of communications, leaving your 12th house, your privacy zone, your hidden zone, and moving into your sign. And, the last half of this month is going to be all about being more vocal with people and actually kind of becoming a bit more extroverted with your own communication style. And the reason I say it that way is because Mercury will also aspect Saturn in your sign this month as well. And what happens is that this might actually be a month where you have to start being more vocal with people about how you really feel about the arrangement that you're in with them. Mercury is going to definitely be taking away, I guess you could say, a lot of the beat around the bush that sometimes, Mercury in the 12th can do to us. And what can also happen during this time is that you're also noticing you are faster, you are more productive. Remember, whenever a planet is in your sign, we are talking about getting a wild card blessing. So whatever you want to actually give a bit of a kickstart, give a bit of a shot of espresso, so to speak, Mercury is there actually helping you grease those wheels, because whatever you want to get started faster, whatever you want to work on faster, whether it is being more productive or maybe even progressing faster in school, progressing faster in a fitness program, or maybe even progressing faster when it comes to your spiritual studies or your artistic craft, we have fast progress. Can't say fast enough when it comes to Mercury. On the 14th, we do have a full moon in Taurus, in your 6th house of reputation, how you are known, the services you provide for others. And this area can also rule health. If you've been dealing with any kind of chronic or, acute illness issues, chronic pain, maybe you've been dealing with some ups and downs as far as our health is concerned, this is actually a really great moon for you because this spells a culmination and an ending. This could be a long-term or even permanent treatment, or possibly even a permanent fix to a current health issue you've been going through. And if this does not apply to your health, because again, once you get into the 6th house and beyond, things start to get a little bit more multidimensional. This could be also talking about the way you choose to change your reputation, what you want to be known for, maybe even change how other people see you. It's a clean slate opportunity, bringing to an end what people used to assume or associate you with, and actually bringing in a whole new disposition to reckon with. On the 19th, we've got Neptune, the planet of illusions, but the planet of fantasy, as well as the planet of pleasure and inspiration. It's 1,000,001 things, and whenever you are dealing with an outer planet, you have to know how to take the good with the challenging. Neptune is turning direct in your 4th house of home and family. And over the last 5 months, with Neptune retrograde, you've had X-ray goggles when it comes to handling your family and your family members. Basically, people telling the truth, or maybe at least you discovering the truth about what's going on behind the scenes, especially when it comes to dealing with generational truths, things that maybe are issues that aren't necessarily yours, but family karma that, has kind of trickled down through the ages, and also getting some profound insight into the way we look at or even relate to our blood relatives. And when we talk about blood relatives, this would be your blood relatives, or at least the family that you grew up with, because it's the 4th house. This is talking about your roots. So it's not necessarily an in-law connection. This would definitely be something that you grew up with. And those X-ray goggles have been sort of bringing out a lot of pleasant truths, but also some unpleasant truths over the last 5 months. And with Neptune going direct, we have an opportunity to get some major healing and reparations done, which is great, but the issue with Neptune is again that illusion and delusion that can come from that as well. So we have to make sure that if we are working on reparations and cleansing, our family karma, so to speak, with ourselves and with others, that we're not just trying to do it with a coat of whitewash, because over the next few months, people are going to be trying to do both. On the 21st, we have the Sun moving into your sign, into Sagittarius, where he will stay all the way up until the 20th of December. And with the Sun in your sign, this is actually talking about popularity. This is talking about extroversion. This is talking about, again, drawing more attention to yourself. This is also a time to rise up in any kind of leadership role that you have been gunning for. If you've been trying to boost your popularity socially, go out and make a whole bunch of new friends, or maybe even kind of rein in the friends that you have a little bit. Maybe you're trying to increase your professional, I guess you could say your professional reputation points. Also maybe attract even new people into your space for platonic or romantic reasons. This is going to make it a lot easier to be seen and to be noticed. And a week after that, more like 8 days, we have a new moon in your sign as well. And this is your birthday new moon. We each get one, and this is yours this month. And whenever you have a new moon in your sign, it's time to really think about what you can commit to as far as a new beginning. Because a new moon is not something to be wasted. It basically talks about, well, from the 29th of this month up until about the 7th or 8th of December, whatever you choose to commit to. Again, this is not frivolity, and this is not meant to be experimental, but what you're trying to commit to, manifesting, to actually turning into an integration into your routine, into your lifestyle, will come to be over the next month, but you have to be able to plant the seeds. And again, it could be whatever you want, but it has to be something you know you can work on with conscious, committed discipline. So that is your forecast, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a private session with me, you can always go to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or simply follow the links below. I'll talk to you later.